I was shocked that the NSA would do this. Perhaps a violation of law, but certainly a violation of mission. If it's true, and we don't know, maybe there are other disclosures coming, it would indicate that the National Security Agency had been looking between data centers in leading companies like Google. Now, Google's technology is heavily encrypted internally, heavily fortified, and we've announced that we're making it even more so. We're using encryption and other powerful algorithms to make it very difficult that the US government can get your information or the Chinese government.
Google is answering. You're responding in many ways, with a legal response and also through greater encryption.
But it's just terrible policy, right? So as an example, in the United States, it appears as though, according to the documents, that the National Security Agency tracked everyone's phone calls. In order to identify 300 suspects, we had to track, according to the disclosures, 300 million people's activities. Doesn't seem right. Seems like overreach. Over and over again, this needs to be organized, right? There are legitimate uses of this. This is clearly an overstep. In this particular case, we assume that there was monitoring between different computer systems. With encryption, we can stop that.
Google's calling this overreach. You're clearly angry about this.
We are.
And I want to show you this. Of course, you've seen it already. This was the NSA slide seen around the world showing how they were able to infiltrate Google systems. You're smiling because you know exactly what we're talking about. And there's the smiley face on that. What does that reveal about the psyche of the NSA?
Well, we don't know who wrote this slide, but let's assume that it's accurate.
Yeah.
But from a Google perspective, any internal use of Google services is unauthorized and almost certainly illegal.
Did it surprise you that the NSA were able to do this, that they had the skills to infiltrate Google?
Well, first place, we don't know that the NSA was able to. This is a claim.
Okay.
The NSA certainly is technically very, very good. And so could they do it? Sure. Should they have done it? Absolutely not.
Now let's talk about the patent wars, because Google has been hit by another lawsuit by the so-called Rockstar Consortium, which includes Apple and Microsoft. What's going on here? How nasty is it going to get?
It seems like everyone's collecting patents so they can sue each other to eventually end up in some kind of a settlement. So this was actually started by Nokia maybe 5 years ago. And in the software industry before that, no one really sued each other because the patents were confusing and many of them were invalid and so forth. We have been forced to defend ourselves and invalidate almost every one of these patent claims, and we will continue to do that. The fact of the matter is that this overwhelming use of patents ultimately hurts innovation. Because while Google can do very well, and Samsung and all of our partners can do very well, it makes it that much harder to create a new competitor in the space, because that competitor cannot get access to all the patents needed to do so. It ultimately hurts consumers.
Now, there is this mysterious floating barge. We got a picture of it right over here, off the coast of San Francisco, a Google barge. What can you tell me about that?
There are some answers Google cannot produce, and that would be one of them.
I mean, is it a showcase? Will it be a future showroom for Google Glass?
I actually have studied the market for barges, and barges are going up in value today.
Is it a floating data center?
Think of it as an investment in barges.